everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and we're going to work some more on this journal. We're going to make some journaling cards and tags to go in it. But I wanted to show you a few things first, and I wanted to apologize. It's been a while since I've recorded anything for this series because I have had this horrible, horrible cough. And y'all would have just had to listen to me hack away and use hand sanitizer every time. And I mean, just, would not have been productive. So I'm doing a lot better. I'm still coughing a little bit, but I haven't very much, so I should be okay. Anyway, in the meantime, I did a bunch of coffee dyeing. I did a whole bunch of rolls of lace, which is always nice to have. And I always keep some white lace too. But most of my journals, the coffee dyed would be more appropriate. I did some lace fabric that I had. I only did this one piece because it's acrylic and I wasn't sure how it would do, how it would take the coffee, but it was beautiful. And then I did all of this gorgeous paper. Look at that. And some of it I did in a pan that had little dots on it, so I thought that would be kind of nice, and it'd make lines to write on and stuff. So anyway, so I still need to do quite a bit more coffee dyeing, but this at least gets us off to start to where we have what we need for today. I don't know where to put this. I know you guys have heard me say this. I desperately need to clean. It's just really bad. It's just that I always have a bunch of things that I need to do. So what I want to do, I just thought of this afternoon and I'm anxious to try it out and see if it will work. And I want to say, even though I haven't seen this done any place, chances are somebody else has come up with it before me. So I don't want to claim that I'm coming up with something original. It's original for me, but it's probably not original in the junk journal world. Okay, so I do not do anything to flatten my coffee stained paper. I like the crunch, I like the crinkle and the texture of it, so that's how I leave mine. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I want to make cards, journaling cards that I can do, like, a collage or something on one side of the card and have the other side, but I'll sew it, which doesn't make the other side very good for writing on. So I'm gonna have some coffee dye paper on the other side, which that's nothing original at all. But what I'm thinking is if I fold it, okay, I would leave it open while I'm creating the card, like here, okay? I'm going to tear this. Where's my ruler? Let's tear this. Leave it open and then close this after I finish all my sewing. And it's thick enough that the stitches shouldn't bother you writing on it then. But then I could even leave the side open to make kind of an envelope. And I think that would be kind of cool. So we're going to try that. We'll see how that works. Okay, so we don't want it to be that tall, obviously. I'm lining this up along the line right here on my cutting board. And I'll try to remember to link this below for you. I really like this. It's a self-healing board, works really well, and I like all the angles and everything. Just really, really nice, very helpful. And I like black because colors show up real nicely against black. I'm not usually using black paper, so that's not a problem. So it just shows up really well. Okay, so this handy dandy thing I've shown you before, I think in this series, but I haven't used everything on it, and we won't be. But it has this little guide on the back that you can use for creating tags. I like it. So right here it says tag, and there's a little arrow, and you match that up with the little place here that says tag, okay? And these things are magnetic. There's a thing that comes down to stamp with. This is called the Works, I think, although I think they may have changed the name. Anyway, so to make tags, you find how much you want to cut off here. Okay, you lift this up or open it. And so I'm going to line this up right here at 2 1/4. And it's important that you remember where you're lining it up. Okay, so I'm going to come through here and cut this corner off. And then this will go in my Franken paper. And then you flip it over 2 1/4, okay? So 2 1/4, I'm going to line this up, and I'm coming with this top part here is going to come to 2 1/4, so that's right here. So I want to line that up there, and I can just take it and chop that corner off. Okay, and there I've got my tag shape. Okay, so that works very nicely. And I've got these nice little pieces that I can use for my... Okay, so what I'm thinking is, which side do I like the most? I think this is the best for writing on, and then this has this nice little edge here that's got the coffee stain on it. I mean, and the nice thing is I really don't need to do any like distressing or anything on it. Okay, so I'm going to put this back in here. It goes in this slot like this. And then you've got these magnets to hold papers in place, like when you're stamping them and stuff. Really nice. I like it. It has an envelope maker too, but I prefer the separate envelope maker, but I do use that one sometimes when I take it places. Okay, I'm just going to leave the top of it the way that it is with that rough edge. I like that. Okay, so let's look and see what we have that we want to use for decorating. I have papers left over from this DigiKit, so we probably want to use some of those. Okay, and so we'll, you know what, before I forget, I know this is kind of like, wow, she's got an attention deficit problem here, but I'm really afraid that I'll forget. Since we bound this, I want to get these little notepads that we made into the pockets so that I know what I've got to work with. So let's put one of these here. That's cute. Okay, and then skip a few pages, and yeah, one would be really nice right here. See, we can still put like pockets and stuff in here too. I mean, not pockets, but tags and stuff in these pockets. And do we have a belly band someplace? Yeah, here we go. Oh, that's not a belly band. That's just a flip. Okay, I want to find a belly band. Well, okay, we've got this one. That's a good place to fit this. So these are just, we made these. I'll try to remember to put a link below. Let's see. This would be nice to have in here. No, I think I want something that's definitely going to stick out. So let's do this right here. That'll be nice. Okay, oh, here's a belly band. Okay, so let's put this in here, and of course we'll put other things in the belly band too. Not just this. We'll have lots of, the belly bands hold lots of stuff. Oh, and then we'll put one back here. Okay, and these have buttons and things on them, which is going to make it hard to write right here, but that's okay because you can just take this out to do your writing. Okay? All right, so sorry, I just had to take care of that. All right, so what I'm thinking is, now some of this is cardstock. I don't really want to use cardstock. I'll use those for cards. So let's see what paper we have left. This would be, oh, that's cardstock. Is this all cardstock? This is not. Okay, so that's not cardstock, and we can use that. And what else do we have that's not cardstock? Here we go. And let's take the cardstock and put that back. I'm sorry, you guys. I should have been a little bit more organized. Okay, I was just so excited to be able to get back to work on this stuff. Okay, so we have, how about that bird? I really like the bird. So let's tear off the side edge. Kind of making this up as I go. I like to do that so that you guys hear my thought process as far as like choosing things and deciding how I'm going to do it. Not that my thought process is all that wonderful, but I just think that that helps more than making it look like I can just think of these things off the top of my head, because I can't. I want you to know that that's, you know, kind of normal. I do try, though, to not put too much thought into it. I have found that if you kind of disengage your brain, the thinking part of your brain, your artistic side of your brain will, I can never remember if it's left or right, will kind of take over. And things just turn out a lot better that way. I mean, like, I'll show you. This was one of my most recent projects. I think I did a video of making this. This is my husband. He passed away in July in a car accident. And I just wanted to make something that I could have that had his picture. And some of his buttons, one of his labels. He knit sweaters. And this is some of his yarn. So I don't know what I was going to say about this. There was something I was going to say, but now I can't remember. Anyway, there's that. Oh, I know what I was saying was I did this really just like not thinking, just tearing things, just putting stuff, and I think it turned out really nice. I think things just come out a lot better when I do that. I don't want to say when you do that because I don't know what works best for you, but that's what works best for me. Okay, so I'm going to use this bird. Okay, and it's a little bit too wide, so we're going to have to cut right up to its beak. And obviously it's too long too. Okay, so there we go, that's good. Okay, ooh, isn't that nice against the coffee stained? Okay, so then we're going to do it like about here. And I'm just going to tear it, not use the ruler for that one. Okay, so we can do this, but I want something else like under it. Like, I should have brought some fabric over here, but I don't have it, so we won't. Okay, maybe a little bit of this would look good. So I'm going to cut just a strip of it. You know, and, you know, if I cut this and I don't like it, then I'll just stick it in my scrap pile because I'll use it sometime. Probably in this journal because I've got a lot of this color in this journal. Okay, so maybe like that. I kind of want to let it hang a little bit lower than the bottom of the tag. Oh, I should also go ahead and punch a hole at the top. Let's do that. Go ahead and punch my hole. I like to do it down a little ways, not too close to the top because I'm going to pull a ribbon through here and I don't want it to tear it. Okay, so how about that? And then maybe a little bit of lace, some of this lace that I just did. Get a coffee stained. Boy, this really looks yellow under this light. It's not, it's really brown. And then I just got these buttons, these wooden buttons, and I thought these would be really nice. I mean, some of these aren't the right color for this, but some, like this one here, some are really cool for this. Okay, so let's maybe like that. The lace doesn't really show up though. Maybe let's see if we need a little bit of this under the lace. See, we can have this really layered. See how I didn't cut it in a square? It's just kind of like an even, and I'm going to leave that stuff that's hanging off there. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, that's cool. And see, we can have all these layers, and we can have stuff that's going to be bulky because we're going to flip this over behind it and be able to write on it, but also because this can be taken out of the journal. So writing on the pages above it and everything, it's not going to affect it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew this. Obviously, I'm not going to sew the button. So I'll set that aside. But I'll go ahead and sew this all on. And I think I'm just going to go straight and just sew it right away. Let me pull this over here. I mean, rather than doing it a little bit at a time, I'm going to just do it all at once. So I'm going to hold that down, and I'm going to zigzag, which I don't think that my sewing machine is set for yet. Yeah, there we go. And I've got a full bobbin and a full spool of thread. They both ran out at the same time, which is like really nice. Oh, I didn't leave it open. It's excuse me, I was not thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make another one. We'll try. That's funny. Okay. All right, so here we go. See, I meant to leave this part open. Well, so you can write here in this part. That's fine. That's too funny. Okay, so let's make another one. Let's see if I can remember to leave it open this time. You guys get the idea. And let's go ahead and glue this button on before I forget or lose the button in my mess here. I use a lot of glue to hold down buttons, and I don't worry about it coming through there because it's not going to show. This glue dries really nice and clear. I just dab it here so it doesn't. There we go. Okay, so we'll set that aside. That's funny. I'll end up sewing all the way around the edge. That's really, really funny. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's try again. Let's use one of these pieces that we have left. Okay, so this one, okay, I think that we'll make it so it's horizontal. Ooh, I like that right there. Let's make this the top up here. Okay, and let's go ahead and cut off our corners. And you guys, I did not look to see what time I started. Ugh. So if it cuts off, I will put a link below to see the rest of it. I think we're just going to do these two. Because we're probably running up to half an hour, and that's how long my phone will record for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to 3 inches here. I just want to cut off a little bit. I don't want to have a huge amount cut off. And then let's flip it over. 3 inches is right here. So I'm bringing the top up there. Make sure that you have it lined up against here. So it's really easy to forget to do that for some reason, for me anyway. Okay, and put those in my scraps. Get this put away. Okay, so that's what the shape of the tag is going to look like. And hopefully I will remember to open it up. Good grief. Okay. And let's go ahead and punch our hole in it. That's my cat that you're hearing. Cats have a rule book that once you begin recording, it's time for them to... Okay, so I got this a little off-centered. So I'm going to do another one that doesn't touch it. But see, that way I'll have the ribbon go in and out, so it'll look like it was off-centered on purpose. Cats have an unwritten rule in their little rule book that as soon as you turn your camera on, they need to meow and vie for your attention. It's just a thing. Okay, now that's cute. I think that would be pretty, don't you? All right, let's tear off the corners here. Make it look a little rugged, ragged, or rugged, whatever. Okay, there we go. So we'll do that. Should we do something else with it? I'm just going to do this because I'm afraid that I'm running out of time. So this is just going to be really simple. Now, if I wanted to, like if I hadn't taken off the corners, I could even make this into another pocket that's on here, which would have been cute too, but this time we're not going to. Okay, and you could glue this instead of sewing. But I'm going to sew, and I'm going to open it up. Hello. Okay, let's open it. And we're going to sew all the way around with not cross stitch, with zigzag. Sorry, my cough is pretty much gone, but my words went away with it, I think. Okay. Okay, so this is just going to be kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about as far as folding this over. And then I'll make some off camera that have more design and stuff to them. Okay, so then what I want to do is I want to figure out, like, where do I want the opening for the envelope to be? It can't be here because up at the top, because here's where we're going to have the ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to have the opening over here on this side. So I'm going to sew it together. I'm going to sew it together all the way around except right along here, which will be an opening that we can stick like a tag or something into, or we could just leave it for the recipient to put something into. So let's get the sewing machine back here. Okay, I'm going to leave that end open. Don't let me sew it closed, you guys, please. Because I will. I hope you all had a good Valentine's Day. I had fun. I had a friend come and take me out, and that was really nice. Okay. All right, so we've got our opening over here, which will be a tag or something that has, you know, like lace or something on it. So there will be something sticking out from there. So we could still decorate with glue. See how we've got this sewn all the way around here, so it makes a good tag. Okay, we could still put something on here with glue if we want to, and I might, but I think I'm running out of time. So I'm going to go ahead and stop. Put your ribbon through here, you know, to make your tag. Does that all make sense? I'm going to make a few more, but I'll make them off camera. Okay? I love you all. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.